I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit on the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese may be running from more than just a back injury. In the past 3 weeks, there have been 3 consecutive blowout games. Loss. The team has been unsuccessful since June and is struggling to find solutions. Despite this, the Sky only communicates that she is going about her daily activities. There have been no reports or medical clarity, leading to frustration and doubt.
The second missing component in the WNBA right now is Angel Reese and her dozens of aliases. Has anyone seen Bayou Barbie lately? Where in the hell is Double Double Barbie? Where is the me-bound clown? It has been weeks since I have heard anything about Angel Reese.
Fans are speculating that Reese has quit, raising additional issues. What's actually going on here? Why is she promoting footwear in Indiana, but not playing for her team, teammates, or supporters who have been waiting for a turnaround?
Angel Reese has been dealing with a back injury. That is the official reason for her mysterious absence. But there has been rampant speculation that this back injury isn't as serious as Angel Reese claims. And some believe that Angel Reese has quit on her team and quit on the season.
Why is Angel Reese still labeled as day-to-day despite weeks of no play? This part does not make sense. Typically, when a player sustains an injury, the team promptly releases information. Common injury terms include knee strain, ankle sprain, concussion procedure, or description.
She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break. And there's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day. And every week there's no update on what she's struggling with, what she's doing. There's nothing. There's no information about Angel Reese.
Angel Reese Chicago Sky consistently repeats the same 2 sentences. There are no additional facts or timetable to indicate the nature of the issue. After over a month, many are questioning whether the ailment is genuine or if the team is hiding something.
In the last 4 weeks, Angel Reese has played 3 games. I'm no expert in math, but that appears to be less than 1 game a week. Unsurprisingly, all 3 games Angel Reese played in, the Chicago Bravado lost by an average of 18 points.
When compared to other teams in the league, this one stands out. The Indiana Fever, for instance, consistently announces specifics. Caitlin Clark provides information about the affected area, severity, and expected return date. Professional sports typically prioritize transparency to build confidence. Fans expect organizations to communicate openly about their top players. The Sky approach with Reese has resulted in the reverse. It has only caused misunderstanding.
Angel Reese declined to travel to Indianapolis, and her coach came out and said something about, she's just focused on her rehab right now, and, she's day to day. We've never had an explanation on what caused the back injury, what's a time frame for her recovery. It's similar to so-and-so's back injury. This is something she struggled with here or there. All we've heard is day-to-day, and Angel Reese has disappeared.
The figures reveal even more anomalies. Reese has only worn a suit 3 times in the past 3 weeks. That is it. 3 games. Nothing about that screams day-to-day. Based on the schedule, it appears unlikely that she will return soon. Instead of admitting it, they continue to use the same vacuous label. The silence prompts others to develop their own assumptions. The team's guesses are far tougher than if they had stated the truth upfront. Here's where it gets sticky. Some supporters believe the ambiguity is masking a larger issue than basketball. Perhaps the Sky is safeguarding her image. Perhaps Reese doesn't want the world to know the true reason. The head coach has not helped clarify the situation either. When asked, he always responds with the same words, day to day. There is no clarification or medical report. ESPN already reported that she was likely done for the season. This is quite different from day-to-day activities. When comparing the two tales, it appears that Reese and Sky are playing a game with the public rather than providing straightforward answers.
I think she's quit on this season. I think this is a worse version than Kawhi Leonard. I think she's using her back as an excuse to sit out because she doesn't really care about basketball.
Everyone's mind is Angel Reese's absence due to a major injury or strategic decision? It's hard not to wonder whether day-to-day is a nicer way of expressing indefinitely. It's unclear whether she returned next week, next month, or never. The longer this situation persists, the worse it appears. As time is crucial in athletics, Reese's timing raises more concerns.
She identified once they lost Vandersloot, their point guard, early in the year, and once they started getting their brains beat in, hey, we're not gonna win anything this year. I'm not putting these L's on my resume.
How do you play 3 games, lose by an average of 18 points, and then disappear? Angel Reese is well known for this particular aspect. During her time on the court, the Chicago Sky continued to lose games. After she left with the day-to-day tag, the squad was unable to recover.
I came to this conclusion this weekend when I watched the Indiana Fever destroy the Chicago Sky in Indianapolis on Saturday. Guess who wasn't there? Angel Reese.
The Sky have an 8-24 record and have been eliminated from the playoffs since early June. That's brutal. When a star player has a steep collapse, it can appear as if they are shielding themselves rather than fighting through the storm alongside others.
These losses will not be on my resume. It'll actually, in her mind and in some of these Twitter groupies that post about her, this is proof of how valuable Angel Reese is. The Chicago Sky are 1-10 in games Angel Reese doesn't play.
You can't ignore the timing here. The team is sinking, the season is over, and defeats are mounting quickly. Reese's absences lead admirers to feel she avoids taking responsibility. Some speculate that she aims to avoid being associated with the league's weakest team. Imagine having an 8-24 record in your first season, asterisk.
Like I said, I agree with Jason Whitlock. I think Angel Reese has quit on the season. The Bravado are 8-24. They were essentially eliminated from the playoffs back in June. I'm sure Angel Reese believes that there's no reason for her to play, but I think it could be a bit deeper than that too.
This is a permanent blemish on your resume. Instead, she takes a step back, focuses on the present, and ensures that her brand is not associated with negative results. But here's the difficulty: she didn't notice much of a difference after playing. The team lost by a significant margin, and the scoreboard remained unappealing. The theory fails to explain the observed results. Staying on the court could have been an opportunity for her to demonstrate her value. Instead, it further adds to the criticism that she had no involvement in the situation, as I mentioned.
Last weekend, the Indiana Felines played the Chicago Bravado in prime time on ABC. They drew 1.3 million viewers. It was the least watched game between these two teams since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league. Guess who would have been blamed for these ratings if she was playing last weekend? Angel Reese. Guess who would be blamed for the declining mainstream interest the last few weeks if she was on the court? Angel Reese.
Perhaps she is hesitant to play due to the WNBA's recent struggles. Ratings are dropping. The buzz has decreased in recent weeks, and she may be unwilling to accept responsibility for the precipitous decline. Sitting out takes her away from the heat when the league's momentum pauses, focusing the story on her brand movements rather than her box score.
I'm gonna tap out. I'm not gonna take the hour-and-a-half, 2-hour bus ride or 30-minute flight to Indianapolis and accompanying my team as they go to war against my so-called rival. I'm not gonna return to the city that I was there 2-3 weeks ago during the All-Star festivities, and I was running around with Reebok creating the myth that I took over Caitlin Clark's trap.
Then there's the branding game. Despite not playing, she traveled to Indiana to promote her Reebok footwear. She even made a bold statement about taking over Caitlin Clark's trap, basically promoting herself in Clark's backyard. That is a pure off-court move. She was all smiles, selling shoes, shaking hands, and making news. However, when it came to battling the fever, she remained seated. Asterisk.
The only reason Angel Reese agreed to play against Washington is because her grandmother was in attendance, and it was the first time grandma would see her granddaughter clap back at the haters in the WNBA dunk.
This choice raises questions about her true objectives. It's difficult to portray yourself as a superstar. You don't show up for the games that fans paid for. Later, when her grandmother was watching another game, she returned to the court.
But the number one ability is availability. If you're not available, you have no value.
The irony could not be more apparent. She will turn up for exposure. She will attend shoe events, but not for her faltering team. The disconnect between branding and basketball efforts contributes to recurring conclusions. Angel Reese appears to prioritize enhancing her appearance over addressing the sky's current state. In comparison to Caitlin Clark, her choices are much different.
And so you can sit there and say, well, the same applies to Caitlin Clark. Yes, it does. But Caitlin Clark appears to have a legitimate injury that everybody can trace to a moment and a time during the games where she re-aggravated. She originally injured. She had a comeback where it lasted 2 or 3 games.
Despite having two injured stars, only one appears in front of the spectators. People often refer to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in this way. Both are expected to represent the league. Although both have experienced injuries, their approaches are diametrically opposed. Clark's crew continually provides updates. Consistent updates keep followers informed about her recovery progress. While the news may not always be positive, it ensures that people be informed. Ree, on the other hand, has been stuck on the cryptic day-to-day list without any details. One player makes herself available, while the other disappears.
Outside of AA batteries flying on the court, gift wrapped in plastic wiener, what is there to talk about? Since Caitlin Clark has been injured, which has damn near been the entire season, but mainly since the All-Star break, there has been minimal mainstream interest in pretend basketball.
Here's what stands out. Clark remains committed to connecting with fans, despite her physical challenges. She will attend events, sign autographs, and handle media requests. Her actions demonstrate her concern for the league's supporters. In contrast, Ree is absent from games, including the bench, arena, and spectator sections. Despite attending a Reebok event in Indiana, she chose to stay away from the city during the fever outbreak. This is where the frustration comes from. The Fever and Sky have faced off several times. Indiana has won 4 times. This is not just losing, but dominating. Ree's absence in these matchups suggests she is avoiding direct confrontation with Clark. Fans notice this. People are not dumb. One star shines through the grind, but the other fades when the game casts an unpleasant light.
If these rumors are true, if Angel Reese has quit on her team, I look at this as a missed opportunity. This was her opportunity to prove that she could carry the WNBA. This was her chance to prove that the WNBA is more than just one player. This was her opportunity to be the center of attention, which is exactly what Angel Reese claims she wants. But I think Angel Reese knows she would not be enough. She wouldn't be able to maintain the same level of interest with Caitlin Clark not playing. We already have proof of this. Just look at what happened earlier this year with Unrivaled.
Perception is crucial in sports. Clark currently portrays himself as a committed celebrity who refuses to give up. Ree's lack of attendance at games has a negative impact on both her reputation and the league's, since she is perceived as indifferent or checked out. The WNBA's ratings have been declining, which is exacerbated by the absence of prominent players from major games. People like to listen to stars rather than silence. Without Ree, the buzz decreases, giving fans less motivation to stay engaged.